Hello, hello. How is everybody? It is Tuesday, July 6th. This is Amy from Seriously Sweet on Davis Street, and we are having Cookie Snack Attack. How are you guys doing today? Hey. Let me get up here in comments. I have some cool stuff to show you guys today. I'm so glad you could pop on with me. So on Tuesday, we have been doing two-part tutorials. So what we are doing is going over everything that we're going to prep in the first tutorial that's at noon. And then we're doing a full-length tutorial at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday night. Plus today, you're going to possibly see me 2 extra times on Tutorial Tuesday, in addition to our 2 tutorials. Boy, tongue twisters, huh? So possibly you'll see me 2 more times because our group reached 500. I'm so excited. You guys worked so hard. The group is up to over 500 now. I think we're at like 515. Honestly, guys, I don't know how Facebook tabulates these things because I'll approve like 25 people that you all have invited. But then when the membership updates, it only updates by like 5. I don't really get that math, but there must be something to the scenario there. So I'm doing a little research to see why, because according to the numbers I could see last week, we've actually invited over 1,000 people between all of us inviting cookiers and friends. So anyway, we'll figure that out as time goes on. And I'm sorry I was a little scarce this weekend. I intended to do 2 tutorials and a drawing with you, but it was 4th of July weekend and I forgot to compensate for the time that I needed off because my husband had an extra holiday off. So it was fabulous. And anyway, so what we're going to go over this morning is the cookie we're going to be doing today. But before we do that, I want to say hi to a few people. And then I want to show you some really cool stuff that I found out on Friday, I think it was Friday. So, hey, Becky, how are you? Oh, that's cute. I don't know. What is that a little emoji there? I can't tell on my screen. You know how it converts things and you can't always tell what they are. Hey, Myra, I am doing very well. I had a great holiday weekend. Hey, Facebook user, tell me who you are. It looks like you haven't granted StreamYard permission to put your name up, but I'll see who you are when I go back to Facebook later. So I'll say hello again. Hi, Barbie. How are you? Hi, Priscilla. Hi, Julie. Looks like the gang is all rolling in here. I don't see Miss Jennifer yet. Is she here yet? And let's see, I've got Debbie here. Hello. And we got Julie. Hey, Julie. Oh, I like that one too. Let's see what this one is. Let's see. Oh, Jane, you need a little therapy today. Well, we'll fix you up with Cookie Snack Attack. Hey, Allison, how are you? Yes, I got Brian time. It's so crazy now with me with the store and what he's doing. And it was nice to have a day off together, an actual holiday off together. So it was really fun. Hello from Indy. Hey, Nana Sue, how are you doing? And so, oh, it's celebrations. Oh, it converts it where it looks like a slice of a taco. So I'll have to go back and look at it on Facebook, Becky. That's so interesting. Hey, Kelly. Hello. Hey, Sally. How are you? I did not know if I would see you today. I thought you might be at work, but maybe you got an extra day. Hello. I know it is so hot, Allison. So look, you guys, we had some cool news last week. Let me show this to you. Let me do this first. This is housekeeping for anybody watching the video. We're doing really well on building our text alert, although I forgot to send it. So should I send it right now? Let me do that while I'm talking to you. So I'm going to tell you some stuff. I always do this. I turn that alarm off before I get into the room and I totally forgot to send it. So let me just send a quick, we're live now to everybody. While I'm doing that, why don't you guys tell me over in the comments what you did on the 4th of July, because it was such nice weather around here. I couldn't believe it. We had, I know they're having terrible storms in the south, and the hurricanes coming through. My mom's down in that area, so keeping an eye on her. Let me just put a note that we are live now. Can someone verify for me that we actually went live in the Cookie Snack Attack group too? Because it showed me that I lost communication, but then it said it hooked me back up. So I'm not sure what's happening over there. Live now on Cookie Snack Attack. Okay, so everybody should be getting their text that may not have migrated here yet. So sorry. And I'll do a better job with that tonight. It says it got sent, but we're doing a great job building the list. So if you haven't joined that list yet, let me tell you what I have discovered. If you will text the phone number 540-870-0726, type in the word live stream. It can be uppercase or lowercase, but it puts you directly into the live stream alert group. That way, if later on we want to segment off and do different alerts, we can. But here's the thing. I guess you sign up and then they send you something back, and that it's a text service. So the thing they send you back, you have to actually fill out that information. I believe it gets like your name, your birth date, and your permission to be texting you. So if you haven't done that second part, go ahead and go to the phone number, retext the word live stream, let the texting service text you back the other, finish that information, because that last piece of information, which gives them permission, is what puts you into the group. So you're not actually in that group until you do the last leg of that approval. And then don't worry, you can opt in and out at any time. If you're going away, going to be on vacation, you're just not going to do cookies for a little bit, you can opt out. And then at any time there, it tells you how to opt back in, so you don't have to do all that info again. So let's go ahead and get everybody signed up on that, because the list is growing great. So I really am enjoying that. All right, I'm going to take the ticker off at the bottom, because when we're teaching, that gets a little bit distracting. Let me get back up here in comments and see if Miss Jennifer is here yet. Let's see. Oh, hey. So the storm is coming. I know. I saw the weather, so I'll call you after I'm off this first live stream. Allison, oh, good. We want to see your pictures. Post them in the group. If anybody else wants to just post some fun fireworks pictures, we could put it all into one album. Allison, maybe you could set up an album in there and everybody could put some fireworks photos in there from what they did for the weekend. I am very blessed because I have a lot of neighbors that bought fireworks. I don't even know if it'll work, but in my small subdivision, it's an older subdivision, they bought a lot of fireworks, and they were there's like 10 houses that you can see. All 10 of those houses, we all face each other sort of. So they were all setting fireworks off in their front yards, you know, the smaller ones with a lot of the sparkles. So I was happy. I couldn't see the ones from town, but the neighbors that were doing it. So next year, I think if they're all going to do that again, I'm going to do some too. I'm sure Brian would like to run around with a bottle rocket or two, right? Good. Everybody spent some family time. Hey, Bev, how are you? Let's see. Bev said, I don't know where I'm watching you on Facebook. Yeah, I know. It's hard. Hey, Nadine, how are you? Let's see. Oh, good. You're going to watch during vacation. Cool. Hey, Vicky. And let's see. Rebecca made it. Hello. Is Jeremy here? I don't see him on the, oh, he must be one of the users I can't see. Jeremy, were you on? Did you post something? Just send something and type your name if you made it. And does anybody know if Jennifer made it? Hey, Lisa, how are you doing? Somebody should probably check on her, on Jennifer, because if she's not here, that means something's going on. All right. Hello. Oh, Robin. Hey, so glad you popped on here. Robin brought something to my attention last night, so I wanted to talk to you about that really quickly. And oh, look, and we have someone from Quebec with us. Hello. All right. Now, I'll greet everybody else in the chat later, but I did want to tell you. So, Robin, I think it was you that asked me last night about the easiest way to find the videos. So on YouTube, if you go to my YouTube channel, and that's what I'm linking anytime you guys buy the Royal Icing transfers or download the free supply list, after our feed is over, I go back and link the video from whatever we create today. I link it back to those things you purchase, and that feed takes you over to YouTube. I am not monetized on any of these social media platforms, not Facebook or YouTube or within the group. But the easiest way for you guys to find stuff is I've been making those really cute thumbnails that have a photo of what we're actually creating. Plus it's got some nice bright lettering or background, and then some bright white lettering over on the left side to tell you what the video is. So you have those cool thumbnails. So if you would follow those links, or just go over to my YouTube channel, which is Seriously Sweet Cupcakes, and smash that subscribe button so that you are also signed up on the YouTube channel, YouTube has everything is in a playlist and it's super easy to find. It's so much easier than digging through all the posts on either my store Facebook page or in our Cookie Snack Attack, because this Cookie Snack Attack is not, that group is not just for these videos. So I'm concentrating my time on keeping it super organized for you over there on YouTube. And I did slack on making a few thumbnails last week. So that's what I'll be doing before we go live again tonight. So you're going to be able to find that. Toadstool cookie. Sally, where is that? Is that in Cookie Snack Attack, or is that older material on just my store Facebook page before I started live streaming regular? Tell me where that is. So Robin, I'm going to try to come back on later after I get all the thumbnails updated and actually do a live where I bring that screen up to show you how to easily find it, because I think that's going to be the easiest way. But Sally, if you're asking about something that was initially on my Seriously Sweet store page before I started live streaming a lot, those have not been updated yet, but I'm in the process of downloading those older videos, trying to trim them a little bit, and then also put them over on YouTube. So eventually it's all going to come together, and you'll be able to find it pretty easily, I think. Okay, so today, remember we did some big feature cookies already, right? We did the Tiki Statue Man. We did the Tiki with Foliage. That was our 2 of the cookies we've done already. You know what? That's really weird, though. Let me think about this for a minute. Are we actually in... I thought we were in week 3 of this whole project, which is how I labeled everything today. Before everybody gets confused, let me look at something. But now I'm wondering if I labeled something wrong, because I know we also did the hibiscus. So we might... 1, 2, 3. We might. I may have to change your headings on the things for today. But our first cookie was that cool hibiscus. That was from the cutter set, and then we did. Oh, never mind. I know what it was. It's because you got a bonus tutorial because I did a free tutorial in the. Oh my goodness. Why can't I think of Nancy's group name? Y'all help me over in the comments, please. I did a free tutorial in Nancy Westfall's group, right? Is that what we're talking? I think that's what I did. So it is actually week 3 of our summer series, but you guys got a bonus because I streamed. Yes, Colorful Cookie Club. Oh my God. You see, when all these things have the same letter, it's really great when you're saying them, but it's really hard to remember them when you come back. So you got that bonus tutorial. That's why we did so much last week. So we've done Tiki Ralph. We've done Tiki, the Tiki with Foliage. We've done the hibiscus. And then I also worked on a fabulous, he's so cute. Let me show you quickly. I wonder if I should show you. No, I feel like I shouldn't show you because there's some people in here that are so, yes, yes, these are so funny. Oh my God, I've loved all your posts and I have absolutely loved all of the shares that you've put in the group. Thank you guys so much for giving original artistic credit to me because you're really helping the group grow. I really love to teach people, so it's helping me tremendously. So I was going to show you Allison, but it's something I created for the private group of Frosting Creators of San Antonio. And that does not air until next, I think it's next Monday or Tuesday. I have to double check the date. But they're getting a super high-end tutorial with sculpting royal icing, and it has a chalkboard look. So you guys are going to get a tutorial with that cutter because that cutter's in your set. But I am going to, I can't, Priscilla. I feel like that would be really bad. Melinda would get upset with me. But you're going to get a tutorial, but you're not going to do the 1.5 hour royal icing sculpting. You're still going to get a really fancy cookie, and I'm going to explain to you all the ways to use that cool chalkboard. So I'll show you. But that's what I was working on this weekend. And then remember in the set, there's a few cookies in the set that are smaller cookies so that you could put together a whole set of cookies where you could have smaller cookies that don't take as much time. And then you have those big feature cookies that you can turn into cake toppers or into center table displays, right? Using floral blocks. And we talked about that. So in your set today, and I have not trimmed these out yet. Okay. your first 2 weeks, week 1, day 2, there's templates. Those templates, if you want to just buy those 2 sets, if you like to use royal icing transfer templates, those 2 sets, you can actually use those sets and go all the way through the project. Okay. You can use them, make slight adjustments, maybe downscale it on your own when you're actually making the royal icing transfers. Today's cookie, all the templates are set up for today's cookie, which is this cutter from the Dots and Bows set. And if anybody's here that can jump over to the Dots and Bows page and go to the specialty section and put a link to the set of cutters and then a link to the STLs. This is the collaboration with Dots and Bows Seriously Sweet. So it says DBSS and then it says coconut drink. So this is the cool little coconut drink that we're going to do. And I'm going to talk to you now about several different options so you can be prepared for tonight. Okay. You can pipe this cookie all directly onto the cookie. It can be done. It's just a lot of steps. So I try to make it faster for you with the templates. So, and I like to have something for you because a lot of you like to support me every week, which I completely and totally appreciate. You guys are making all the difference on a project that I cannot tell you about. So I'll firmly admit right now, I'm teasing you about something that's super big that's coming, something that happened 2 weeks ago that was unexpected. And I've made great headway in the last 2 weeks doing what I needed to do with what arrived to me. Let's just say a little of this may have come my way. And so I'm doing what I need to do to take care of that. But you guys are going to be super happy because it's not just me that's going to benefit. It's totally you that's going to benefit. But I do like to have something in the shop every week for you. Listed by itself is the supply list for free with clickable links to Amazon. That's actually the only thing that I get a slight commission on. And you know, it's pennies on the dollar, but if you click through those links and buy something, then I do get a slight commission on that. But truthfully, that has not racked up enough yet to have a commission check. So it's in there, it's building, you know, it'll come when it's time to pay for the StreamYard bill or to pay for the texting bill. So it'll be fine. But I also like to put your supply list in with some royal icing transfer templates. And some of you have said, yes, please keep doing them because they're sized for your project and you really like that. So today, what we have is we're going to do this cool cookie tonight. So in this area, there's going to be a straw. Right here, we're going to have whatever you choose to make it, a lime, a lemon, or an orange slice is going to come up in this area. And then down here, you can downsize your existing templates and do your hibiscus and hibiscus leaves, or you can downsize your plumeria and plumeria leaves. Those are in the first 2 sets. So you can customize those a little bit if you want to. This is going to be our coconut drink part. And then this, of course, is that cool drink umbrella. So I'll talk through all these bits in just a minute. So you can pipe directly on the cookie, but you'll need to watch the video, make your notes for steps, and then go back to do it because we'll be moving a lot faster tonight because I'll be creating royal icing transfers this afternoon. So in your set for today, you can either get just the free supply list. And if you want to make a donation, you can make a donation when you download that. Or you can just make a donation on the coffee site, which is great and much hugely appreciated. Or you can get the free supply list in with the royal icing transfer templates. And I think they're up for, I usually do $2 a piece on them, but I think for right now, they're up for $6 and I won't raise the price until 24 hours from now. That way you have plenty of time to get them. Hey, how are you doing? Hi, Karen. Let's see, this is a state neighbor. She's in Maryland. I'm in Virginia. So how fun is that? Okay, so for our cookie today, if you want to do the transfer template of the straw, you can make these ahead of time. And I'm going to show you how later in a separate video to make these really thick so they're actually rounded. If you have a clay extruder, do you guys know what that is? A little tube tool about this big. And you can fill it full of clay if you're doing clay projects, or if you buy it and use it strictly for food, once it's sanitized, you can put fondant in it and it will shoot out. You know, it has the little discs on the end. They're about the size of my fingertip. And you can get one that has like a quarter, maybe it's an eighth, maybe an eighth or or 3/16 opening, a circle, and you can put fondant in it. You crank it down and it has an extruder end. So you could make 3D straws with that if you have one of those, another option, or you can pipe straws on here. And I made these slightly bigger than the area they go in, because when you're going to the trouble of making the royal icing transfer templates, you can make an exaggerated cookie. You can make pieces that go off the cookie. So it'll be supported here on the edge, but I made it a little bigger so we can get it all the way down into the drink and have it hang over the edge here. So it just gives us a little more oomph on the cookie. You guys have to decide whether you're selling these or not. If you're selling them, that's not the greatest idea. You want to keep everything on the cookie so it has an underneath support. If you're doing it for fun or a family project and you know they're going to be handled super carefully. Hey, Miss Darla, how are you doing? And Nadine, we'll see you later. I hope to see you tonight. So you decide what you're going to be doing with them. Okay, so this is one of your templates for today. Then I thought it would be so cute for you guys to have spearmint leaves. And we're going to come back to this right away. Or little mint leaves. You know how on all kinds of tropical drinks, they put the little mint leaves. So I made you a little template with a cluster, like a little pinched cluster, like they put on a real drink, so that you can layer these up. And then we can add that to our drink over here or over here where we do our citrus slice. Either way. Hey, Cameo, how are you? It's good to see you today. It's so fun that you made it. And oh, and you guys, Allison put the link up to get the class cutters from Dots and Bows. Please don't forget to use the discount of SS Class 10. SSCLASS 10. When you order, it'll get you extra discount. So we're going to do these mint leaves too. And I decided what I'm going to do today is go through all the instructions in part one, and then I'll pop back on later and do the templates individually so that it won't be so hard if you only need one of them. And the reason I went ahead and included this in your pack, it's not necessary for the cookie, but it's really cool. And then you will have it for all of your other summer drink cookies that are coming up, because this is a pretty common garnishment on those kinds of cookies. I mean, on drink cookies is what I was meaning. Okay, and so you basically have something that's close to a 3/4 slice here, sized appropriately to your cookie so it can come off the cookie slightly. So you can make this as lemon, you can make this as orange, you can make a lime, whatever you want to do with that. And we've already done a tutorial on how to make those slices under the Getting Fruity picnic. That's in there. So you can watch that. And then I sized you the exact size, but I want to talk to you about this because those people that need a challenge and want to get slightly more creative, I exactly sized your template to match your umbrella. Can you see that? This is perfectly sized if you want to do a flat umbrella. Okay. Now listen to me very carefully. You know, I like to do funky stuff and make my royal icing transfers 3-dimensional sometimes. I just really like that kind of stuff. It's not something you can do if you want to sell these because it takes a lot of time. But mentally, I find it quite challenging and I like to figure it out, okay? So on the umbrella, do you see where where the umbrella would have a natural line? Do you know what I mean? Like the sections, like normally they have, I don't know, maybe 8 or 9 sections on an umbrella. Maybe that's too many. Maybe it's 7. I don't know. I can't see my outdoor umbrella now to tell you for sure. But do you see where these little lines come down? So if you pipe this on, and then, but before you do it, what I would do, what I'm going to test today for you before we come back, I want to make my umbrella come up off the cookie, right? With a little bit of dimension. So what I'm going to do is pipe this on parchment paper. And this is Zenloji parchment paper, which I love, 5x5 squares. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to mark this at the points, use all these 4 points in this, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to fold it for where the points are. Okay. And I'll show you, I'm going to tell you why right now, but let's just say that's my umbrella. So then I'm going to ice on this. Before I even do the icing though, do you see where I have the little grooves that match up with my umbrella? Can you see that? So I'm going to set up something to lay this over. So it's going to have to be like a 25-second icing at least, because you don't want it to slide off and you have to bend it right away. So I'm going to have something set up for this where I can just make my umbrella right on here, but then I'm going to lay it on something and then pop it in the dehydrator, because then when I go to put it on my cookie, and make sure, you guys, that you mark that you don't make your umbrella too big, right? Because you need it to touch wherever it dries on the side, you need it to touch the cookie. So once you've bent it, come back and check it to your cookie and make sure you don't need to add another bend in the paper once you have the proper curve. Okay, just something to play with today, but I think it's going to be so much fun. So when we actually do our umbrella, we're going to pipe the same color icing under the bottom, but then we're going to put that raised piece, and we're just going to see what happens. I don't know. I haven't tried it yet. I've tried other things like this and they worked really well, but I'm not sure what's going to happen when we do that umbrella, and I want to experiment, and I think you will too. Now, also in your supply list today, you have, so let me pop that over. So that's your transfers for today. I want to talk to you about this too. And also your hibiscus leaf. Okay, if you bought the transfer for the hibiscus leaves, you know it has kind of a jagged edge like these mint leaves. So if you do it in a thicker, I put this, that what I'm about to tell you is on your supply list. It just looks different because it's in a different color and a little smaller. The one I have is no longer available, but the one that I put on there looks to be very much the same. But if you go back and use that other template and you get your parchment paper, and you pipe your leaf flat in the royal icing edible clay consistency, okay? Very important. And you pipe it over the leaf on your parchment paper. Then you take your parchment paper and you use one of your deveinner, it's a veining tool, a floral deveining tool. So on your supply list, you have a version of this that's white. But what I love about the ones I linked, do you see that it's actually curved? So what you'll do is you can take either the top or the bottom, whatever you want it to be like, and I'll show you why in just a second. And this leaf is the closest to what the cells in the mint leaf look like. That's why we're using this one. So you'll pipe it on the parchment with that edible clay, and then you can put this part down and then just work this into it, okay? Or actually, let me show you two things. If you're using the one that is concave, then you can put your icing right into it, work it in with your hands, and just leave it, let it dry. Don't do anything to it, okay? And it will take it a while to dry because it's up against a hard surface, not a porous surface. If you want to do it this way, you'll pipe on here, then put it down, and then you'll just leave it. So you can make two at a time. They're going to be slightly different. Don't try to make them the full size, right? This is obviously for fondant. Priscilla's asking about that technique for dress pleats. I think you absolutely could. My only concern about doing this is how fragile it's going to be when you reattach it to the cookie and add moisture back to it. But on my hibiscus, when we did the 3D leaf, it was fine. On several other projects that I've done where it's 3D, it worked fine. But this umbrella is going to be more fragile because you've got the pleats, right? So that's what we're really testing. Not whether it'll adhere to the cookie or whether that part will work, but we're testing what's going to happen with that center section of the umbrella. But we'll see tonight. So we'll see what happens. So this is a way you can get more texture on here, or you can go back and do the other royal icing transfer video on how to do these leaves. You can also use a punch with already airbrushed wafer paper. This is what your supply list looks like. And this, if you want to have this ready for tonight. All right, I love doing coconuts. And the reason I put wafer paper on your list, I'm going to be taking this sheet in a little bit, and I'm going to lightly spray it, just a small area. I don't need a full sheet. I'm going to lightly spray in that Chef Master brown airbrush color on the front and the back. Then I'm going to use I'm going to do it on parchment paper because I don't want to waste my wafer paper. But you know how coconuts have that cool, like, furry texture on the outside? Okay, so there's a couple of ways that you can do those cookies. So you're going to have to decide how much time you want to use, right? So there's a stippling or stipling technique. Once your lower level of color is totally dry, you would just go back and use some of the same icing, and you would kind of dab it on to make a little bit of a rougher texture on the outside edge. So if you want to go really fast, you're just going to do a single layer, let it crust over dry, and you're going to move on. If you want to add a little texture, you can go back and do that stippling or stipling technique, and you can add a little texture. I thought it would be really fun, since these are supposed to be more detailed cookies. And you actually can upsize this by hand cutting the dough. If you just put this on top of your dough and then get your shape, do it with a pizza cutter or a pin blade or an X-Acto knife. You can make a bigger version if you want to turn this in to a large display cookie. And the reason I'm thinking some of you might want to do that is because when you're having luau's and aloha weddings and that sort of thing, you have the specialty drink bars with your signature wedding drinks. So something like this, or even one of the other summer drink cookies turned into a large display piece would be really cute. Just saying. So pretend this is wafer paper, but then I'm going to go back and I'm going to cut these super, super just little, once it's airbrushed and totally dried, I'm going to cut these really, really fine pieces. And we're going to use that wafer paper to make like that husk on the outside of the coconut. So that's one way that we could do it, right? So you've got the plain icing, go fast, let it crust over, move on. You can come back and add a little more detail by doing that stippling or stipling technique to it. If you have wafer paper, which you probably do if you've been following me, because we work it in when we can just to get you guys, get your creative juices flowing. So we're going to do that with some wafer paper tonight because I have several of these cookies cut out. So we're going to do it a couple of ways. And then so much fun. So isn't it fun in the summertime that you can flavor up your cookies and do like citrus flavors? You can have coconut flavors. One of my favorites is coconut and lime together using emulsions. Love that. I even like little toasted coconut bits in my cookie dough. And then I thought, oh, we're doing a coconut. So I took on your supply list. This is just a regular brand. I guess you can get it at any store. So it's probably cheaper if you buy it in the store. So, okay. So that's the veining tool, the fondant veining tool that I talked about a minute ago. And here's some of the molds from the last couple of weeks if you don't want to make the royal icing transfers. Okay. But so this is just regular flakes of coconut. I think it's like $3 in Walmart and Target. It's not expensive. Just get a small bag. But look what I did. So I do this a lot for my coconut cupcakes in the store. And you really have to watch it because depending on your oven, it could go bad really fast. And I personally burnt a batch because I was at the front door delivering cupcakes. And all of a sudden I was like, oh, that does not smell right. I had left it in the oven just 2 minutes too long. But this is just toasted coconut. So I put it on some of that coconut I just showed you. I just took a little handful, spread it out. Of course, I wore gloves because I cannot stand it when the oil touches my hand. Yes, and you definitely can freeze the leftover bits. So anyway, we're going to use this tonight. And can you see that I took some out? It's lighter. Then I left some in a little more and I got some medium and then I got some really dark colors because that's actually what the outside hull of a coconut looks like. I guess it's a hull. I don't know. I better look that up before tonight too. But you know that husk on the outside. So we're going to attach this to one of the cookies tonight for our texture. So you've got 4 different ways to level up your coconut cookie. Oh yeah. You know, Priscilla, I've done that on top of a stove too. But normally when this works best for me is after all of my cupcakes are baked. When I want to toast something, I turn the oven totally off. So it goes from 350 to totally off. I slide this in there 5 minutes. It's done. And I don't put it too close to the elements, right? So normally that's how I do it. And I think my brain just works that way now because I'm in the store so much and have an order to how things have to be baked. Like for instance, I did get a lot of good time with Brian yesterday, but I also had to go to the store to prep cookie dough for the week because there's a lot of cookie orders this weekend. We get to do a lot of fun cookie stuff. So I didn't want to try to do that and the baking all in one day. And as Cameo points out here, because I do this too, I love this as a snack. It tastes so good. I don't know if you guys like raisins or dried fruit bits, like dried pineapple, but this is fabulous with dried pineapple and a little bit of coconut as a snack. Love it. So if you have some of that ready or you want to make some of that, we're going to do that tonight. And let's see, let me pull this out. I want to show you this really quick. So let's see. Hold on one second here. I'm going to use my marker. So be thinking about doing your 3D umbrella here or how you want to create that umbrella. This is for your straw, but we want our straw to go off the cookie. Now you can think about whether you want to pipe it directly on, which is going to limit the level of rounded definition you can get, or whether you want to use your clay or fondant extruder, right, and make that cool tube. or if you just want to hand roll some fondant, or if you want to do the sculpted royal icing. So I'm going to show you that tonight too. And this is the area that I laid out for your slice so that you can actually put it on your cookie. And then we're going to pipe the coconut outer shell over it. And that's going to give it a little lift because, you know, we need a little lift. And then down here, this is for a flower and some leaves. Oh, and also up here, guys, we're going to touch probably over here. We're going to add in those spearmint leaves should you choose to accept the challenge of making those and trying out the edible royal icing clay in those molds if you have it. And it doesn't have to be these molds. And I'm going to come back to this. Let me lay that there so I don't forget because I want to show you about the texture on them, okay? So then you've got an area down here. Now, if you choose not to use this for a 3D area, just an idea, you can pipe this directly on the cookie in a solid color. Just use one color, like maybe green, you know, because it's supposed to be leaves. Then you can handwrite people's names on here if you want to use this for a place setting. So if you want to put this on everybody's individual plates, this is a great area where you can put their names, and it's a great size cookie for an after dinner treat that they wouldn't mind eating because it's, face it, you haven't spent 5 hours on it like some of the other cookies we've done recently. And then you can just go back and pipe little tiny flowers here or add some fondant flowers on the edge here. So another use of the cookie altogether. You've got your supply list. So today you've got the bags for your transfers, the back cardstock to hold it in place. You've got the printouts. This, you can hardly see it on here, but this is a link to the wafer paper that I prefer to use. This is a link over to Dots and Bows for you if you just download the free supply list. If you missed any of this info, it'll take you straight to Dots and Bows. This is all on Amazon, and this is the Zenloji parchment that I love to use. So just keep that in mind for the wafer paper. And I'll be back on in a little bit doing some additional videos for you. But before I do that, I want to show you this really quickly. Let's see, let's get in here. So this is the closest pattern to actual spearmint leaves. And these are like the mint leaves that would really be used in someone's drink. And you see how they have the little notches on the edge? So in that older tutorial, I showed you how to let it crust up a little bit and then pull those notches back in so that you would still have a strong royal icing transfer. Those wouldn't be little fragile areas. But this is so cool because it's the closest to the veining. Let me hold that up here. So it's the closest to the veining of the spearmint leaves, which is why I'm suggesting to use this. And then you can mold it concave or convex. I think I got that right. So this is what a cluster on a drink normally looks like. Do you see how they just pinch that off and then tuck it into one of the tropical drinks? And look, guys, so excited. We finally found out who won. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So we got Best Sweet Shop for 2021 for Best of the Best of Culpeper, which is where I live. And we got Best Desserts. So it's so fun. Now, listen, nobody was really open all last year because of COVID. So I know a lot of the votes that we got were from previous good experiences with us. But both of these categories, I think both of these we've won. One of them we've won 3 years in a row, and one of them we've won 4 years in a row. So thank you so much. We appreciate it. So much fun. So much fun. This is just a little picture. So later you'll see this tied to the thumbnail so you can come back. Anything that has to do with this cookie is going to have that thumbnail until the actual cookie's totally finished, and then I'll update it. Okay. All right. I can't stand it. Hold on one second. Let me come back up here to comments. I think I might have to show you this. Priscilla, so you like your extruder, but you only use it on cakes. You could totally use it to make that straw, and it will be so cute. Okay, so royal icing clay, what trickery is this? It's when, I know that other people have actual recipes out for it. For me, if you use my royal icing recipe, I just continue to add a teaspoon of royal ice, no. Amy, I take a little bit out at a time because it gets hard very quick. So I use my regular royal icing, thick, not diluted, straight out of the mixer. And then I add a little bit, like a tablespoon at a time to, maybe I'll take one big scoop with with a big spoon, one big scoop. And then I start adding 1 tablespoon at a time of powdered sugar until it gets like a thick moldable clay, like rolling fondant between your fingers. And that's when it's perfect. However, I know the Lord is always working on me with patience, because this is a thing that requires patience. If you rush it, it will not work, because if it's not totally dry and you peel it out, you're going to leave bits behind, which leave holes on your transfers. Okay. So, it's that easy. It's not complicated to make. It's a lot of fun. Hey, Kelly, thank you so much. Priscilla, thank you. Barbie, thank you. It was so much fun to get that news on Friday. They came by and dropped off. Okay. And Bev, just message me if you have questions. But they brought the banner by. We get a big banner for our window, and we get the 2 awards. So that actually completes the front of my cabinet for awards. So that's so funny. We have 2 big cabinets and they're covered completely. One day I might put that up so you guys can see it, but it's been a lot of fun. Everything we've done in Culpeper so far has been a lot of fun. We've enjoyed it. All right. So you have your templates that you can download. You know which cookie it is. And I will be back on a couple of times today doing individual videos for the transfers. And let's just do this. I'm going to show you, but then I'm going to crop it out. I'm going to show only the people that stayed with me live. So don't go anywhere. Just stay right there. So we're doing a highly detailed, I hope you can see this detail. We're doing a highly detailed sculpted cookie. I'm so into sculpting with royal icing lately. So this, if you are in the Frosting Creators of San Antonio private group, here is your quick sneak peek. But for everyone else, it's been a pleasure seeing you this morning. I'll see you again several times today, but I'll be cropping this out later so you miss the surprise if you didn't stay till the end. We will be doing this cookie, but not the sculpted part of this cookie, okay? We'll be doing it as part of our Tiki Hot series, so you still get to do the cookie. So in theory, you're going to know what's happening, but please, if you are in this group and you are at the extreme advanced level, please do not duplicate this cookie right now. Do not screenshot this. Do not duplicate it. Do not post it on your own pages. Please just don't do any of that until we release it in Tiki Hot, okay? So look. Ooh, isn't he so fun? Now, coolest thing, watch this. This is how sculpted this cookie is. Can you see? Our coconut sculpted, our bamboo sign is sculpted. Isn't that cool? Now, I did stencil this on because I wanted an aloha cookie for the centerpiece. I'm going to pull it back out. Please respect what I ask you, because I created this just for them. So I don't want to see this everywhere, okay? But you know I love you. I will always like to share the treasures. And if you're not in that group and you want to join that group, I bet Melinda would love to help you get in that group. I think it's a paid monthly group. I'm not sure. But I'm so excited to get to teach for them again. And I'm hoping that it leads to eventually traveling to San Antonio and getting to teach for them, because one of my goals over the next few years is to travel and teach. So I'm up for that. Once everybody is fully released, I'm ready to hit the road. You let me know. So anyway, why was I telling you? Oh, so this chalkboard sign, you guys, I have such ideas for you. I went ahead and made up a whole idea sheet for you for how to use this cookie from beginner level up to this extreme sculpted level to create all the bits and pieces, because I could see that for a Hawaiian themed wedding or a summer wedding or a tiki party, you could put your family's last name on it. You could make a smaller version of it and put people's names for place settings. So, I mean, there's just so much you can do with this whole series. So excited. Thank you so much. I don't want you to think that I don't need your continued support, because for things that are coming, I absolutely need your continued support. But I want to say huge thank you. There was a guy in Florida that sold the Kia cars, and he said, "It's huge, Caroline, it's huge." I don't remember his name, but he was so funny. Have any of you from Florida ever seen those commercials? So it's like that. Thank you so much for the support the last 3 weeks. I have each week had a record-breaking artist support day from all of you. Every week has gotten higher and higher, and it's fantastic because it gives me hope that the direction I'm heading is where I need to be heading, and that I'm going to be able to do what I need to do and still do tons of stuff for free for you. So I'm hoping it's all going well. Thank you. Now, if you have any questions, you can message me. I'm just going to be working on small videos for you today, and I'm going to do them live so you can just say hello. Let me put a few things up. I'm so glad. Isn't that cookie so cool? So cool. Like everyone we've done so far, I frankly am in love with all of them. They're beautiful. But I wanted to do that centerpiece cookie to say aloha so it can be in the center of the photo when the whole collection is photographed. But honestly, I took photos of it and I sent it to them for them to start doing their promotion, but the photos don't do it justice. I wish all of you could come and see these in person because they really just have a level of detail that I can't quite capture with my camera. Allison, you want to go on the trip? Yeah, you are going to learn royal icing sculpting, just not that cookie, because that cookie is like a 4-hour cookie. And I have to already condense it to an 1.5-hour class with them. But we are going to start talking about sculpting royal icing, but we're going to start small and less complicated so that you can work up to the more complicated things before Christmas, because I have something in mind for you. Of course, I'm already planning Christmas. It's July, so I thought Christmas in July, so Halloween is on the way. Thank you, Priscilla. I appreciate that so much, you guys. Let's see. If you can be an athlete, if you can't be an athlete, be an athletic supporter. Same goes for cookies. Allison, you're so funny. Oh, so fun. So I am also going to take a minute, though. I'm not going to be back on for a couple hours because I'm going to go ahead while it's quiet around here. We had a lot of tree work done last week, and it threw me off. Last week. It threw me off. We had a tree that was very dangerous into another tree. So we had to have a bunch of tree work done, but it's okay because that's leading to the next part of the big surprise that I want to tell you about, but I can't tell you yet. So anyway, tease, sorry. I have not posted any enabling alerts this week because I haven't checked my email. So if you sent me something to enable people with, I haven't done it yet, but I will shortly. I will look and see if there's any good sales for you. But you guys too, please feel free to post in Cookie Snack Attack if you see any good sales, because some of these places have like leftover boxes and they put them up really cheap, but there's only like 8 or 12 of them. So they go fast. Put that in there as soon as you see it. If somebody that's super popular that you order from a lot is having like a flash sale, put that in there. And then please, if you don't see it post right away, especially the days I'm working in the store, which is Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, if you don't see it post to our group right away, send me a Facebook message so my phone will ding. During business hours, my phone's on. It dings really loud. So if you don't see it post, it means I didn't see that you put something in there and I have to approve them. Then just send me a Facebook message so my phone will ding, and just say I need something approved in the group, especially if it's a flash sale. I don't want anybody to miss out on a good deal. You know it. I love the good deals. Okay, so lots of stuff to get ready for. I'll see you again this afternoon. And don't forget, we also get to have our drawing because we reached 500 group members. So happy. Thank you guys. And I'll see you in a little bit. All right, you guys get some lunch and make sure you have dinner before we, okay, wait, Allison, I don't know what this means, but what I meant was if someone's having a flash sale, then I want you to post in the Cookie Snack Attack group and tell them if there is a flash sale. I do not want any photos of people flashing, okay? Just to be clear. So anyway, I will see you guys this evening. Please make sure you have dinner before you come to group tonight. Hey, Kathy, it's good to see you. Make sure that you have your dinner. Allison, make sure that you have dinner because we're going to do this cookie 3 different ways tonight, right? We're going to do 3 different textures. We're going to try all of those royal icing transfers. I'm just excited to see what you guys come up with. And please, please, please Do not duplicate the cookie I just showed you until we do it in our class. When we do it in our class, then you guys can go insane. And don't do it and post it privately, because someone will rat you out. I get messages when stuff goes up that's not supposed to go up. People tell me, do you know so-and-so has whatever? And I do see it, you guys. I do know. It's social media. Nothing is quiet, right? So happy Tuesday, and I will see you in a little bit for some additional things. And if I get to it, I hope I get to it. I finally found the perfect, super cute flamingo cutter that has that little bit of cartoony look to it, so that you'll be able to work it into baby showers too. But it's beautiful. I'm going to share that info with you of where that came from, and hopefully decorate one for you today. All right, bye guys. Have a wonderful afternoon. I'll see you later, and we will do our drawing for the free virtual class giveaway for reaching the 500 group members. So lots going on. I'll see you.